like you can float between, like swing between branches. It sort of feels like a bit of floating, but making smooth transitions.
We got some Tarzan stuff going on.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just not belt from my chest and in a loincloth.
It'd be a business idea, mate. Though. Yeah, we wear loincloths and safari hats.
I don't want to scare people.
People look up going, mate, you could have put some jocks on at least with the loincloth, you know? Yeah. G'day folks, welcome back to another Sauna Sessions with Shay. In the barrel sauna today, we've got Jamie Montgomery. Jamie, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Good. Thanks for the hat, so I feel like I'm on safari.
That's all good. Safety first, sun safety?
Always, mate, always. We've always got to be wearing some type of beanie or hat in here.
Yeah.
Now, mate, the reason we've got you in the chat for a talk, or just the chat for a talk, in the sauna for a chat, is I just wanted to talk to you about your experience, your passion, mate. You're an arborist by trade.
Yeah.
20 years experience as an arborist. You've got your own business called Tree Essence. You've immersed yourself in all things trees. You do tree climbing competitions. You've got a diploma in arboriculture.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, arboriculture. Mate, why the interest in trees? Where'd that come from?
All started, I grew up in country Victoria, with country Victoria, and I got into arboriculture by fluke. I first started, my first job ever was at a service station when I was 14, pumping petrol on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And my dad had a mobile phone shop in Kilmore.
Yep.
And he used to drop me off there, and I used to clean the forecourt, put fuel in people's cars, change the oil, check the oil for them, things like that. So, and then so working at the servo, and then finished high school, and then left high school and did computer systems engineering, and we did that for a year and a half, and it was just, I enjoyed it and I learned a lot, but not really my thing. So I was working at the service station for that duration as well too.
Yeah.
And I then I was employed there for about 6 years, and the owners of the place, they accused me of stealing money out of the till. Yeah. So
Sorry, told me this. Yeah.
Anyway, so the person that sort of took me under their wing and taught me about trees and whatnot was my old boss. He used to come in and get he's a young family, so he used to get bread and milk and everything for the servo, and he used to come in and he always said, when are you going to get a real man's job?
Yeah.
So he liked the fact that I was always punctual at work at 5 o'clock in the morning, opening the servo and everything too. So I called him up and asked him if that job still was it going, and he said, "Yep, when can you start?" And I said, the next day.
Hang on, they've accused you of stealing stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't steal anything?
No. So the camera's on the till and everything.
Yeah, so why did they accuse you even though there's
because the
footage?
The till's never really balanced. So for some reason. And I mean, there's all cameras on there, there's ludicrous.
So that was a big punch in the guts. I mean, you've been working with them for 6 years.
Yeah.
But there's people coming in the shop that you're meeting people all the time.
Oh, there's a small country town. You knew everyone and everyone knew you. And
So you thought, okay, I'm going to go for a new career, or not? Like it was the petrol station was just a part-time job, or you?
When I was at school, but then once because I was doing computer systems engineering, and I stopped doing that, and then I was doing work at the servo full time.
Yeah.
So I guess it was just that aspect of, it was a big kick in the face because I was coming into work and they were going through my shift footage when I was still there, and they wouldn't talk to me at all, and really
it's
treated me like a criminal when I had done absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah, right. Okay, so in some ways a bit of a godsend.
Pretty much.
It got you out of that job and into
trees.
Arborist. Being surrounded by trees. So you, because this is the big reason I wanted to get you on for a chat too, is this is your passion. This is what you love doing.
Yeah, I do.
And it's a big pull. What is it about trees that pulls you and you want to know more about them and it excites you?
I like Mother Nature, being out in rainforests and whatnot, and trees, climbing trees. It's just, I guess, for me, of being connected to the earth and yeah. And the trees are, self-optimizing organisms. They're amazing, fascinating things that, we solely relying on for oxygen and whatnot. So yeah.
So you're not only doing that too, you're doing tree climbing competitions. Is that right?
Yeah, I got into tree climbing competitions
too. How does that work?
So I got into that from my old boss in Victoria. So their family, I think he was a third generation arborist, and he'd been at 21. He was Australian tree climbing champ, so they sort of encouraged us to compete in the competitions and whatnot.
Is this with the belt around, or is it just free climbing?
No, there's all ropes and harnesses, completely safe. So but each competition, there's 5 different events. You've got an ascent one, which is up. It used to be footlocking, but they've changed it nowadays to ascent. So you're going about 17, 18 metres straight up a rope as fast as you can. Okay. Now it's on a single rope technique. Then you've got throw lines, so you've got branches, unions in the tree with tape on it. And the height, the ceiling, you've sort of got the higher they are, they're worth more points. And then you get ropes in and whatnot. And
are you going up against someone else?
No, or is it this one's individual based on time.
And then time. Okay.
Then aerial rescue, which is you've got a scenario, so there's a dummy in the tree. Joe Blogg's cut his arm. You have to get it up to him, get him down safe and whatnot.
That's cool.
And then there's work climb, which is there's bells and targets set in the tree. You've got to climb to each of those quick and as smoothly as possible. Down, and then I'm missing one.
But you're in the always in the top 5 or something.
Generally, I used to be. I've only just gotten back into competitions. What was it? 2023.
So you're at the backyard practicing in a. Well, how do you practice tree climbing?
When I was with my. When I moved to Queensland in 2010, and then I was competing in the competitions then. So I'd just go to local parks, and and just practice footlocking and climbing, and I just immerse myself in training and
So everything that we did as a kid when it came to climbing trees, that's now carried you forward into what you do today.
I climbed a lot of trees when I was a kid. I had a cubby house in my old house. Mum used to make me wear a hat in there because I used to come inside with pine sap in my hair all the time.
How cool. How cool. But having a cubby house as a kid,
that was just...
Was the neighbourhood always coming around to your place and going up to your tree house?
Oh, no, we were on acreage then. The closest kid was 5 k's away.
But you spent a lot of time in the tree house. There you go. So that started at a young age.
Making different platforms.
Oh, mate, I remember. I think it was probably Star Wars for me, watching the Ewoks in the trees. And then there was a show on building treehouse. I can't remember. It was an American show. But I used to love watching that stuff.
All that.
It was all because there's the imagination, the creativity behind it, but also you're with Mother Nature. You just with the elements. I
just like being outdoors, really.
So, and, mate, you were saying to me before that in some ways, we were talking about how our brains can move and work very fast. When you're up a tree, it's kind of your meditation. It's you slow down. You're at peace with the world.
Pretty much.
Can you explain what's going on there?
It's just really usually I'll start if I'm doing a job or a tree or something like that. I'll sort of break it down into sections and then just sort of go through that process in my own mind. And then just go through the motions, I guess. But just that feeling of climbing and I don't know. It's just. You sort of float, you can float between, swing between branches. It sort of feels like a bit of floating, but making smooth transitions.
We've got some Tarzan stuff going on.
Pretty much. Just not belt from my chest and in a loincloth.
It'd be a business idea, mate. We wear loincloths and safari hats.
I don't want to scare people.
People look up going, mate, you could have put some jocks on at least with the loincloth, That's how you get the repeat business,
I don't know about that.
Nice, mate. So, how was the jump then to create your own business? So you were sort of working for someone?
So Victoria started off, and then I moved up to Queensland 2010. And then moved up here, had a job lined up, but then that guy's business, he had a nicely divorced with his missus and lost his business, so
Yeah,
I didn't have a job. I organised that about 6 months prior to moving up.
Okay.
So then I was in the Yellow Pages, just phoning every tree company that was on the coast.
Yeah, is this back when the Yellow Pages was a book?
Yeah, 2010. We still
still there. Yeah, yep.
And then we used to use Refidexes.
Yeah,
in Victoria
under the chair.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
And then phoned a few places, and then I didn't have any luck. There was just no one was hiring at the time, and then there was this guy. It was called Loppet Tree Services.
Yeah,
and he was a mortgage broker that had got a business from another guy, and he was running that. So I was just climbing for him.
Yep.
He had no idea what he was doing. So,
yeah, right.
And then did that, and then I had a phone call from a company in Brisbane called Woody Woodpecker Tree Services.
Gee, that sounds like a name you could trust.
Well, you can't.
I don't know.
Anyway, I moved up there and then worked there for a bit.
Yep.
And then I got poached to another company they were up at Yamanto.
Okay.
So
is poaching a big thing in the arborist world? Like if you're good at what you do, people want to pluck you?
Yes and no. I mean, it depends on where your loyalty and everything too. And
yeah, okay.
So did that. I went there, and then what did I do? And then I started. There was in that company. There was just too many. There was drugs within the company, and it was just unsafe. And I was sort of had a few incidents where things could have gone a bit safer and smoother. So I decided to start contract climbing. So because I was traveling from Gold Coast to Yamanto every day.
So it's kind of freelancing, is it?
Contract climbing. Yep. So you're pretty much your own company or ABN. So I started doing that, and then I went and bought my own little truck and chipper. Yeah. It was just a little 6-inch chipper to start off with, and then I was contract climbing and just doing a few little jobs myself, and then one of the companies I was just working for had a bit of a run-in with the owner and one of the other team members on there. Yeah, and then they pretty much said that he doesn't need me anymore. Yeah, okay. And then from that point there, then I already had the name Tree Essence created. Yeah. And that was sort of organised a few years before the business name, and then that was that stepping stone. I was like, stuff this, I'm going to just do it, the whole company myself. So yeah,
it sounds like you've had these moments in life where you've been kicked in the nuts. Yeah. Right. But they're also opportunities that opened up to where you are today.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Because if someone accuses you of stealing, that's not a nice feeling.
No, definitely not.
And that can linger.
And,
yeah. And even though, obviously you didn't do it, like it's just for someone to call you a thief. Yeah. Yeah, horrible. But
and the way they treated me too, it was just.
But then you've then moved and become with the trees in a business down there, and then someone's giving you the flick up here, and it's like, well, I'm going to go do my own thing. Yeah. So it's in some ways it's worked out for the best.
Most definitely.
You could still be working at that BP or the petrol station.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's going nowhere there.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome, mate. Well, that's I was looking at some of your videos too, and you guys just seem to have a lot of fun. As well. So
I always have fun.
Yeah. I think that's important, isn't it? Like if you're working hard, like obviously there's the stress of running a business, and you gotta work. You're working hard, and there's challenges, but you've got to have fun while doing it. I just think you've got to have that.
Definitely.
I've always said the one thing about my family is if they couldn't take the piss and have fun with themselves, we would be fucked. But it is one of those things that, it's you got to have a smile on your face, because if you're doing it 40, 60, 80 hours a week, holy shit, if you're got a frown on your face the whole time, it's like,
what's it for?
What am I doing? Yeah. So that's obviously so you had that pull towards trees, and then you went and studied trees as well.
Yeah, so I did my Cert 3, which was in Victoria, which is a part of an apprenticeship. Yep. And then when I moved to Queensland, I did my diploma, or level 5 in arboriculture. That was down at Wallenbar TAFE. Okay. So it was 3 days a month. Yeah. Every month, and travel down there and study for that. It was about 2 years to get that, or 2.5 years, I think. So
have you got any like learned things that a punter like myself wouldn't know about trees, that is just a fabulous educational thing, like something that you've learned about trees that we should all know about? I don't know. Is there anything that because I feel like I don't know enough about trees.
Well, and people think that with trees, like generally there's something, or if a tree's sick or something like that, or the pests and diseases is generally something wrong with the soil.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Not always the case.
But trees, they'll show symptoms.
Yep.
But there's always a lead to the problem. So generally, you got healthy soil, you got a healthy tree.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. All right. That's a big thing. But also, I find with people, and I don't know, you probably see this around. Like at my parents' place, they've surrounded themselves with trees that have got these pollens and no good for hay fever. Yeah. You're finding people are planting the wrong trees around their homes.
Oh.
Like if you've got a tree at the backyard that's going to fall on your bloody roof. And
I guess that's always dependent, really. A lot of people will not forward think and plant large invasive trees with large invasive roots next to their pool or their house. You'll get ones like fig trees which are self-seeded from bird or bat droppings that'll just drop down and take off as well too. So
gotcha. Yeah. So it's not anyone's doing; it's just Mother Nature doing its thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, right, mate. You told us just before too. You've had a couple of close calls.
Yeah.
What's because it's not for the faint-hearted. It can be there's some dangerous, or danger involved. What have you done to yourself, mate?
Cut my arm.
Yeah, right.
Chainsaw in my early days of my business. Just overthinking everything and so that was a close call. It was sort of
that looks like a few stitches, mate.
Yeah. So they put me under for it. I went back to work the next day.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. But you kind of worked out what sort of person you are too, because you kept quite calm through the whole thing.
Yeah, I kept calm.
Yeah.
My offsider at the time, he panicked and everything, but it was pretty cool. I just put my arm to my chest and climbed down out of the tree and
nice, mate.
And then was it 2009? Got hit in the eye with a stick.
Yeah.
So we were working in Mount Macedon, and we set a rope up in the top of the tree.
Yep.
And generally you'll test it for anchors. At the time, my boss and another guy, we tested the line, but we had visors on our helmet, but it was really foggy at the time. Yeah. So the safety glasses were fogging up. And
so you lifted it?
I had it up.
Yeah.
And we tested the high point.
Yeah.
And we heard a few dead branches snap up the top, so we've all looked down.
Yep.
And I've looked down, and then just as I've looked up, I got clocked right in the eye.
Yeah.
And
almost took your eye out.
It cut through my bottom eyelid, severed my tear duct.
What the hell?
And it tore the pupils, muscles that contract my pupil.
Fucking hell.
So this one's larger than this one.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Wow. Far out. So, so you've had a few close calls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think everyone's seen a video on bloody Instagram or...
Oh, there's so many.
And they're like, the shed's over here or the house is nowhere near the tree, right? And it's like, obviously, one of the uncles has come in and say, I've got a chainsaw, I can do this. And it always ends up on the bloody shed. And they're all kicking themselves at the end. Like, you've seen a million of those videos. And that's never happened to you guys?
No.
No, okay.
So usually, I'll try and look at sort of, like if a tree is leaning back towards a house, then you'll dismantle it into smaller sections in a controlled manner, and then you'll fell it and get it out of the way.
Yeah, so, gotcha.
Bit more, technique to it.
The other thing you were saying to me before, mate, is like, because it is one of those things, you can visualise what you need to do. So there's 20 steps. Do you look at the tree? Is it kind of like a climber? They visualise their path up a mountain?
In some aspect, I'll sort of like plan out what I'm going to do.
Okay. So, but having that visual sort of map in your head, that'll also help with, I suppose, the dangerous things happening.
Mitigating any hazards or risks to myself. So
yeah. So how many have you got on the team?
I've got 4, 5, 6 of us.
So, okay.
Yeah.
And it depends on the size of the job, but
exactly.
You'll have 6 or 7 of you guys all working on one job at a time.
Yeah, it just depends on like whatever's sort of the most, I guess, logistically sort of worked with time factors and everything too. Yep. So I mean, if there's a long drag or something like that, I've got a little excavator to help with moving materials as well too. So
nice. So mate, in some ways you went into this job not knowing too much about it, and thought, okay, I'm going to move on from the bloody petrol station, try something different. But it ended up being your passion.
Yeah.
You love it.
Yeah.
You've created your own business from it.
Yeah.
Where to from here? Like, is it just keep building the business and scaling? And
oh, look, I have scaled up and bigger before. I've had a larger excavator and another bigger truck and more staff, and I was running 3 crews at one stage. But it's just the whole reliability of staff. You sort of really putting that on other people. Whereas, like, I don't think I really want to upscale anymore. I just keep that quality there for my clientele and like have my boys, like, because they're all, I've got a couple of newbies as well too, just having that quality and that sort of passion for workmanship and trees and whatnot to continue on as well too.
Like, I do a podcast within the building industry, and a lot of builders are starting to scale back their big teams as well. It's too much stress, too much pressure. It's the same thing as like scheduling and getting all that together and they end up like bringing it back, but making just as much money, if not more.
Definitely.
And as you said, the quality, like if it gets so big, then does the quality go out the window? So
it does in some aspects. So and that sort of that we're sort of more of a business with clients, not that sort of personal sort of touch and the communication. Whereas a lot of clients will always want, when am I going to be there? Because they've got that. Because I quote all my work and I sort of have that connection with those people and explain it to them so they understand exactly how the tree is going. Like, for instance, if we've got a sick tree, what pest or disease they have, how, the treatment's going to work and what to look for and everything like that. So it's sort of explained and broken down to them so they, feel.
But you're building your relationship building, and they trust you. So that's great. So you're based down the Gold Coast, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. So most work through Gold Coast. Or do you travel out?
Yeah, I try not to. I try and stay away from Brisbane, just the traffic. I think we sort of go down Northern Rivers a bit as well too.
Okay.
But other than that, we're sort of centralised on the Gold Coast. So
Nice, mate. Now, mate, just on to... we forgot to do the ladling. Our producers tell us to make sure we do the bloody ladle, and we've totally forgot it. But, mate, do you want to do the... we're now way over the intro, but if you want to do the ladling, and, today, Jamie did the deluxe package, so we did the breathing, the ice bath, and then into the sauna. How did you find that experience, mate?
That was good. I did an ice bath, but probably not as cold as that, about 6 months ago. So it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, under your guidance as well, which was good. So,
well, that's good, mate. Well, it's I don't know, like, I think everyone finds the ice bath a little bit confronting and a little bit hard, but that's the thing is, like, it was easier. Everyone would be doing it. But it is one of those things. Like, I find that I think there's clarity also when you start sweating. So getting in the sauna, everything sort of starts to work better. But there is something. So Jamie put his head under as well. And did you feel that like a little bit confronting to do that at first?
A little bit. It's just the breathing with it, because of the body's just like going, what is
what's going on?
What are you doing?
Seriously. Mate, if for anyone that is like on a journey, like, I think we're all on a journey, right? You found something that you love doing. What do you think are some of the steps that some people that are not quite like found what their passion is? What are some things people can do to find their passion?
And if it's tree climbing, you could always do it sort of like the recreational climbing. Some guys will, what I was doing for my training, but they sort of get on a Facebook group and talk to other climbers and everything and sort of catch up. That's one way to sort of get into it. But I mean, if you wanted to start to get into the industry, make sure you sort of start work with a reputable company, because there are a lot of unreputable companies that are just there for make the money and sort of turn over and everything too. So,
well, you were saying before, like, the industry seems to be a bit of alcohol and drugs and stuff. In the,
I think that's a lot of trade industries, but
for sure,
it's more and more prevalent. So, I think it's a part of that culture. Like, for me, I've sort of like, when I was younger, I used to drink a lot, as young guys doing party and everything. But I'm sort of like in my later years now, it's sort of doesn't really
How
interest
old are you?
me. I'm 39.
39.
Yeah.
All right. Still
So-
a spring chicken, mate.
Yeah. So I turn 40 soon, but
Yeah.
it's just a number. It doesn't really. I
It is, mate.
I don't feel my age. So
No.
but yeah, it's
It is. I'm the same. I find it's a signifier of where you are,
Yeah.
and but it's a construct. It's it doesn't mean shit. Like I think I don't feel. I'm 46. I don't feel 46.
Yeah.
You know, and it is. It's you're old as you're feeling, but
Yeah.
I don't put a number on it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm actually getting to this stage too where I forget how old I am.
Yeah.
So the people ask me, I'm like, I think I'm, I think I'm 45, 46.
My
yeah.
wife reminds me, because last year at 39, you're going to be in the 40s with me soon.
It's coming. It's going.
it's coming, yeah.
I do feel it. I think when we hit 30, though, it's like shit. I've got. There's more responsibility, or something's happening. You know, I mean, there's certain stages in your life, and that things start to change, and and develop. But for some reason, it was 30 that it happened. You know. Mate. There was something in one of your videos that I thought you had a voiceover. That while you guys are cutting trees down, saying forget the money, how would you really like to spend your time on this planet? Better to live a short life doing what you enjoy than a long life doing the opposite.
Yeah.
Where did you get that quote from?
I saw it on Instagram. So my business, I sort of started, I wanted to start documenting all our work and everything. So I've employed a company to start filming. There's miles away.
I noticed that the quality's going up a few notches.
He's amazing. So Tory.
Yeah.
So and he a mate of mine's got a business down in I think he's in Ballina and all the rivers, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
And he engaged Tory a few years ago, and he's really built up his online presence with videos, and I saw that. So Tory's
because he gets the drone out.
Oh, he does that.
Bit of everything. Like, yeah.
And
Does he hook you up with GoPros and stuff?
Yeah, sometimes I have had a GoPro on. I've got my own as well too.
Yep.
But he'll hook that and a mic as well too.
Yeah,
so
nice.
I sort of trying to get better in front of a camera. It's, still a little bit awkward sometimes when it's sort of trying to make it a bit more natural. So,
but you're giving it a crack, mate. That's the main thing. Yeah. I don't think anyone because this is what I'm a video producer.
Yeah.
Everyone bloody no one starts out absolutely brilliant in front of the camera. You got to start somewhere.
Practice makes perfect.
That's
I guess.
it. Yeah. Mates, thank you so much for joining us today in the sauna.
Yep.
Mate. Now, for anyone that wants to, so the business is Tree Essence.
Yep.
You guys are on Instagram and Facebook. If people want to check you out.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you're down the Northern Rivers or
Gold Coast,
and you're just about to have a tree fall on your house, give Jamie a call. Yeah.
Awesome.
You're a legend, mate. Thank you so much for joining us in the sauna.
No worries.
Guys, if you like that episode, don't forget to subscribe and check out the other episodes, and we'll see you for the next one coming soon. Thanks, guys.